sky, look up in the sky, because in the sky there is a cross, right? So as I was seeing the cross, now the beautiful sky goes into that called a royal blue. It's called Sandhya time, where in the day and night it gets mixed, and it is a beautiful royal blue color, the sky. And all sorts of fireworks was happening, just giving the rangoli patterns. And now comes a big Om, like, it's a huge yellow color flame Om. As and when I'm telling this person who was holding the hand, he just walks into the Om and then he disappears.
Sairam, dear listeners, welcome to Sai SOUL 100. Our guest today is Sister Sruthi Krishnamoorthi, who is joining us from Fairfax, Virginia. Sairam, Sister Sruthi, thank you for joining Sai SOUL 100.
Sairam Prabha, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Sairam, please share your story.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. So to start with, I would like to say I was born in a teacher's family. My mother was the one who took me to music class, and basically I was trained Carnatic music in my very young age, like she has put me into that. So this music was there in all sorts of my life. And if I need to say anything about Swami, like, the first thing I ever get to know is at the age of 6 years. 6 years, when my dad and mom had a conversation about Swami. My dad used to work in Anantapur. So, and then he used to visit. I come from a place called Chittoor, which is a small town in Andhra Pradesh. My upbringing everything is a middle class family, like, very small life, very beautiful life. And then somewhere, like, both my mother and dad, they were having a conversation. Because in that times, like I'm talking about 1980s, like, when I was 6 years old, I was doing my sixth class. So my mom was asking, oh, is it really true that Swami has lots of powers and all? And my dad was like saying, he was working in Anantapur actually. So he's surrounded by his colleagues and all who are like ardent devotees of Swami, but he himself never visited Swami, nor he never claimed himself as Swami devotee, or there were no rituals in the family that we do bhajans or all those stuff. So my father casually said that, oh, you know what? I heard from my friends that, those who believe in him, like they experienced many things. And it seems that those who believed in Swami, he comes in their dreams and solves the problems. That was the one that my dad said. And that one line has imprinted in me for 6 years, girl. I don't know who Swami is about, but all I know, the very impressive way that my dad was telling it to my mom. And my mom, in another occasion, she carried the conversation. Oh, you know what? Really, Swami should be, because they're all used to read the newspapers about Swami's articles and all those stuff. And with a very lots of positivity, she said, you know what? It seems that Swami appeared. He must be really powerful, like, because he appeared in 6 different places at same time, like showing his divine power and all those stuff. That also had an imprint on me, like, that my mom saying that. And now, then also fine, my life passed by. So now in 1994, I joined my engineering college. I had a little bit turbulence because first time I'm going outside the home, right? So till then my life was and now the reality is kicking in. I was getting into turbulent phases. I was afraid if I'm going to complete my engineering course. Every exam I had got this attitude of running away, like, no, I don't want to take the exam now, I'll take it in next semester, then I'll score better marks. This unknown attitude in me started. I was a kind of topper till then in my high school and all, but when it came to engineering, things were like kind of not going well first year. And then during my engineering days, when I was going through these exams, practical exams, right? So somewhere I need to hold on to something to kind of overcome from my fears. I don't know what to hold on. During that time frame, one of my friends presented this kind of diary, which is Swami Vivekananda's diary. So very, like, Prophet can relate it. Every page has a quotation down the line, like all related to spirituality. Like, what is, like, you need to be strong, like you need to be. And this background of Vivekananda Swami was given to me by my mom because she's an English professor. She used to tell me about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. She used to tell me about the Vivekananda, all those things that she used to tell me. But I never, all I liked when my mother was saying was, awake, arise, and stop not till your goal is reached. My mother always used to say that to me. I loved that catchy thing. Awake, arise, stop, not till. And nothing else was entering into my head but that line somehow. And then when I got into this diary, I started paying attention to the lines. And there was one thing: chanting the name of God has its own power. Now, I really wanted to see if this is really true. it's really true. Like all these, but I was never into this world, right? First time I'm seeing, I want some support for my survey, for me to kind of proceed. And all now I was sitting in this practical examination, my computer practical examination. This is a 3 hour examination. So I can pass the examination only when I show the results of my programming stuff. Everything was fine till 2:45. 3 o'clock, my examination is going to end. Till 2:45, I did not get the results. Now you can imagine the tension that I was going through. Like without getting the results, I cannot even pass the examination. I don't know what to do. My grades are going to get affected. In that moment, I thought, because I already got this, I saw this sentence in the book, right? Chanting the name of God has its own power. That 1 minute, I was an ardent devotee of Lord Vigneshwara. The chanting of the name of God, and that 1 minute, I surrendered myself. I really, if your name has such a power, just help me out. Help me out. I have no clue what happened. That last one, that complete surrender happened in that 1 minute, wherein like I don't know how my fingers played. All I changed in my logic was less than symbol to greater than symbol. That's it. The next second, the results came. And the timing was very perfect, wherein I could return everything. Like it was in such an early age that Lord has shown me that how much ever logically you think, there is something called above you. You surrender. He taught me through that exam, the practical examination. Theory was great. Practically, I could not. How much ever I think that logic was not stick. My fingers just played. I don't know how it played, but that had a significant impact. That is exact from point where that first step, believing that chanting the name of God has taken me from a girl who was afraid of every exam. And every examination I was taking it, I used to do Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. With that prayer, I will start. I have no clue how that power of positivity, how I stayed strong. From that point onwards, I never cried, like saying that I never went back to my parents saying that, oh, that paper is tough, I may kind of pass. No, no, no. I think I did my level best. There is a change in me. Somehow I maintained that. So, but then the chanting the name, so from then that day onwards, I always used to write Om Sri Vigneshwaraya Namaha, Om Sri. That chanting, that writing was there by everyday activity. So once I completed my engineering, yes, I was beautifully blessed with a job like in hand. I never struggled to going out and finding in the campus interview. The Lord has blessed me with a job, and now the real situation comes. So my first posting was in Chennai. So right now, now I need to find an accommodation for myself. And finally, I came to this place which is called Shardalaya Bhakti Women's Hostel, that was mainly maintained by again Ramakrishna missionaries. So I told my dad, you know what? But to be in the hostel is not a simple thing. You need to wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock for the first bell. You need to kind of tie saris and be at the bhajans at morning 5:30. Second bell, you need to be there by getting dressed up and everything. You need to be there. And evening by 6:30 again, you need to be in saris, and then you need to present yourself in the bhajans. And then the dining, you cannot, like, you need to sit among the friends, and then the food will be served in the order. You need to wait till the prayer Brahmarpanam happens. And then you are supposed to take the food. By 9 o'clock, you are supposed to switch off the lights and then sleep. Nobody should switch on the lights. This is the kind of life that you are supposed to, if you want to stay in the hostel. There used to be one friend of mine who used to be kind of really bothered that I'm not singing any bhajans for Baba. She's an ardent devotee of Shirdi Baba. I don't know anything about Shirdi Baba. I know, many of my friends used to play Shirdi Baba, but there was no need because Lord Vigneshwara was there already singing. My life was going on with all sorts of turbulence. Everything was going on. This girl comes to me and says, how can you stay here without singing the Baba's bhajan? I said, leave me alone. I don't know who is it. You should come to that Mylapore temple, Shirdi Baba temple. She told me many times. I was not going for some reason. Then she, as Lord plays in many ways, he said, have you ever seen a dog and a cat saying together in any temple? She said, no, because as far as my knowledge is considered, dog and cat are always rivals. They cannot stay together. If they stay together, the dog is going to eat the cat. She said, no, you come to the temple, you will see that. That has got me attracted towards going to the Shirdi temple. Now I go to the temple. I see all the wall postings of Shirdi Baba, how he was in Shirdi, how he used to feed the people, and that message, why fear when I am here. That was predominantly, it was there in my life, even during, because That Vigneshwara, I used to have that label, like, why do you fear when I'm here? And the same thing I'm seeing there, the why do you fear when I'm here? And then that place, it has kind of gave me a hope that I will be fine, like, you're bringing the changes and all. And then that is when, like, when one such occasion, I got a dream wherein I saw two hands next to Baba's hundi. Hundi will be there, right? The way the money would be dropped in hundis, the temple hundi. Now in my dream, I see those two fingers saying like this. So it's like kind of the way nobody has told me what it is, but my inner voice, it is Shraddha and Saburi. You put that here and then you will see. That was my first hand dream experience, which I'm experiencing to comfort me. Like, nobody has kind of said. Exactly on my birthday, after me performing Vinayaka Chavati, I boarded my first flight. After doing so, it gave a lot of confidence to my parents because I'm boarding the flight to USA. So it has given a lots of comfort to many people who are surrounding me, because I'm a Lord Vigneshwara's ardent devotee, like in Ashtotram and everything I do it right. So boarding a flight where I'm a single child to my parents, it's Lord Vigneshwara has given, okay, don't worry, I'm there to take care of her. So again, I came to US. As soon as I came to US, like that is when in 2001, first week, I was getting married. That is when I got marriage alliances and all. Some inner voice told me, like, and I'm getting married, like, I don't want to use, but already experienced what a logical mind can do. So chanting the name of God has its own power. So when you get to so many alliances, in how many ways you think about logically which one suits you and which one cannot suit you. Then I dropped my logical head. In second year of my engineering itself, my logical mind got stopped. And now in this such a big thing, I said, whoever has come first, like, acceptance, like, I'm going to accept it. That's all I looked at it. I did not look into all the other logistics of the alliances and all. Then the moment I got this alliance, when I said, okay, I'm good with this alliance, when I got married to Suresh's family is ardent devotees of Satsai Baba. I didn't know that. I said yes, and that is when, for the first time, I have blessed with a dream of Swami, who in my dream, there are two parts. One is a black and white movie and one is a color movie. There is two parts to that. In the black and white movie, it was like a movie. The reason why is I'm seeing Swami in, if it is black and white, means everything will be, you won't see that orange robe of Swami and all. All you see is Ganesha. He's doing Ashtotram. He's doing puja to Ganesha. And then finally he has given me Tirtham. I have taken Tirtham and all. I'm still in that. He was praying to that white Ganesha. White Ganesha. All I know is only that white Ganesha. First time I'm seeing that in my dream.
Satya Sai Baba is doing
Ganesha Ashtotram. Yes, he's doing puja to Ganesha. And then he has given me the Tirtham. And then in the second, that color movie part of it, Swami is kept on saying something to me in a nice orange robes. And I was sincere student. I was kind of taking the notes in a diary. It's all like kind of a silent movie. Swami is saying, I am also, for 45 minutes, I stayed in the dream in that color movie picture, where, and then Swami finally handed over me a cat. All those things are first time experience. I never went in search of any devotees, and I was never like that. Like, only thing is, I said, yes, I told my parents, I'm fine with this alliance. Let us move forward with this alliance. And then this happened. The moment I shared with my in-laws family. But then I was myself wanted to know like more about Swami, because I know that I'm getting into a family who are ardent devotees of Swami, right? So I went to the website. I said, who is this Swami? What is it all about? So with an open mind, like, no, like nothing. I just went, and now I see the page, and now I see like how Swami introduced himself to the world, saying that Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. I was much moved by that act of Swami declaring to the world and putting. So where has he done wrong? Like, he's just telling the people to sing bhajans. Already my background, whatever I said, the Ram Krishna mission, that ashram, everything I experienced, only Swami in a different form. Like, he's a guru. He's teaching me through various forms, like, what it is, that, chanting the name, singing the bhajans. The connections are there, but this is a time that I experience because I'm getting into a family who are devotees of Satsai Baba. So in one second, so from here onwards, Swami, in many occasions, he told me the power of, he was a guide. He was a teacher to me. He was very strict with me. Like, he was, like, many dreams, like, he was kind of, do not judge others. Like, basically there was a situation wherein two of my best friends, like I don't want to reveal the identity, but then I had two good friends of mine. They're very nice. Suddenly they had a conflict, and then everybody were blaming B. But my inner voice said something. B is not a problem here. Something was not very. I was not trying to blame. Even my inner voice is stopping me. Do not say anything to the B because you don't know what has happened. In that day, the Swami has come like in a dream. He's sitting like a judge, like, like a throne, like a royalty. I cannot express like how to do it. He said, he just pointed to, I am the one who is behind B. You have no rights to talk anything about B. That given me so much confidence, because even if the rest of the world were talking about B, I could not, because Swami has stopped me, saying that I am there behind B. You do not have any right to judge anybody. Fine. He has solved me a biggest problem, so nobody came near me asking for any kind of thing. I said, okay, this is what happened. Please don't ask me. Stay away from me. So that's why he told me that judgment thing. In the interest of time, I just want to move to the other ones. And same thing, the Fairfax Sai Center, like we have that message picking, right? 100 statement message picking. So now my daughter is going to Fairfax. So there was one time, it exactly in the year 2010, October 7th. Like, my daughter was a Balvika student by then. So we both used to enjoy the picking up the messages and then reading the messages. So she picked up a message. The message was, walk with me to reach your destiny. That is a message. So it's my daughter who picked that message. She asked me, she was just a kind of third grade or second grade, 5, 6 years. She was, might be a story Balvikas or first story one group. She asked me, what does that mean? How can I explain that message to my daughter? But then I was telling her about this Om sound and all those things. The sister Soumya used to tell about the universe. I said something like that. I tried to manage, and she said, okay, I know how the Om sounds in the universe. Something for a kid. How can I say what is the meaning of the message? Walk with me to reach your destiny. So that night, it was a Thursday, October 7th morning. It was early morning. I woke up with a dream wherein I was among my friends who are doing some activities that are same, that Ramakrishna missionary activities, wherein like used to wash the divine utensils every day. That all used to be programs, like everybody used to take a task for the puja mandir to be clean and all. Every girl will get a task on a rotation. I was among midst of all those activities, and then a friend of mine comes to me saying that when I am walking like this, you cannot be walking like that. That's what he said. When I am walking like this, you cannot be walking like that. And then he was asking me to hold the hand. I was very much hesitant to hold the hand because I don't know who the person is, right? Like, how can I simply give a hand? Then in the dream, I was walking the same, the Ramar Koil street with a heavy backpack of books. Like I was like kind of slowly walking. And then after passing the street, the next right turn is a church street. That is what we call in my hometown. So there used to be a town church, like it's a very tallest building in that entire town with a cross. So after crossing the Ramar Koil, now I'm getting into churches. Still that bag of heavy backpage was there on my thing. And that person, he holded the hand. The moment I holded the hand of the person. That person was walking like a brisk with a pant, shirt and all, like a military walk he's doing. And I holded the person. And I was telling that person, look up in the sky, because in the sky there is a cross, right? So as I was seeing the cross, now the beautiful sky goes into that called a royal blue. It's called Sandhya time, where in the day and night it gets mixed, and it is a beautiful royal blue color, the sky. And all sorts of fireworks was happening, just giving the rangoli patterns. And now comes a big Om, like, it's a huge yellow color flame Om. As and when I'm telling this person who was holding the hand, he just walks into the worm and then he disappears. So the message, walk with me to reach your destiny, is very clearly. So, like, what is it walk? He's saying this, the first episode of my dream, when I am walking, you cannot be walking like that. So what is it walk means? Is it a simple hand-to-hand walk? No. He said, all the scenario happened in that street, Ramar Koil. Ramar is known for his righteousness. The walk should be the way, righteousness. Like, when you walk in your life, choose the path of righteousness. You are having a heavy backpack. I know that. Hold on to my hand. The bag disappeared the moment I hold it. Now, what is other destiny is a Omkaram. That Omkaram was something that my mother used to pray a lot. She always used to tell me that Om has its own power. And similarly, the bhajans, whenever the desire is there for you, Swami always acknowledge when the desire with a rightful thing. I would like to end this with a small thing wherein the connection, the power of the bhajans, the power thing, everything. So the two incidents, Swami has shown me the power of a bhajan. So when I was going through the turbulent phase, I told you, right, during my school days and all, I was the first person who used to stand, who used to kind of sit in the bhajans. Every time I was given the first position, first line only. I was never a person who used to stand in the back lines. But then in my life, I was drifted away. So I see in the dream wherein I visited Puttaparthi. I visited Puttaparthi. I was sitting somewhere in my dream itself, somewhere very behind, the crowd of Puttaparthi, right? So there I was singing the bhajan, Nirupama Guna Sadhana Charana Neerajadala Nayana. That I used to pay special attention to the third line, Kashayam Bhara Vesha Dharana Kali Yuga Avatara. In that dream, Swami, who was visiting the devotees in the very first row in the wheelchair, he came like anything in such a fast rate to me, like, who I was sitting in the last. He said that bhajan can, wherever you are there, I myself will come to you. It doesn't matter whether first line or last line. The power of a bhajan. And that's what my mother used to tell me. Don't get into all this temple visiting, all these pujas and all. You are blessed with this voice. Sing that. Put your entire strength in singing the bhajan. My mother used to say this, and Swami has confirmed that. And it's another occasion, I had a desire to sing something new for Swami. That desire came because in Fairfax Sai Center, I see that many devotees, they come up with all beautiful bhajans. I always used to understand from where they are getting these such a beautiful bhajans. And every time I ask them, they say Radio Sai, Radio Sai. Now I decided, okay, where is this Radio Sai? Let me go and find a bhajan for myself, and I'm going to sing this new bhajan. And then my desire was so strong. I want to learn the bhajan on Saturday overnight, and I want to render it on Sunday itself. It's not, sometimes the bhajans, it takes time for you to practice and all those stuff. But my desire was very strong. And then I searched one bhajan. I found one bhajan, it was Rama bhajan. And it was giving me a challenge. I was going through a lot of hurdles, but finally I learned it and delivered it on Sunday. It came out well. It came out decent in the sense I did not mess up the bhajan. I was all feeling happy because the bhajan did not get messed up, but I also felt good that I sang the bhajan. Everybody was saying, oh, the bhajan was great and all. I was like, okay, fine, thank you. But now towards the end of the bhajan, this is where an elderly person who is 70 years old, he asked me, oh, that bhajan was good. I said, thank you, Uncle Sairam. I said, do you mind I ask you a question here? Yes, Uncle, what is that? Where did you get the bhajan? I said, Radio Sai, Uncle, because that is what everybody was telling me, right? Where did you learn? The same tone I also used. He was very humbly, he was asking me questions in lower voice. And I am like, Uncle, Radio Sai, Uncle, I got this bhajan. I said, oh, okay. Oh, are they still having that bhajan in Radio Sai? I said, yes, Uncle, that is where I got the bhajan from. There is no other way I found this bhajan. Then he said, he kept quiet, and towards the end, he said, I am the one who composed the bhajan. And I am like kind of all that. I literally, my hands and everything was shaking because I didn't experience it. If you look into the whole picture, who is the person who is behind the desire of singing the new bhajan? How did Swami drive me to go search for the My efforts were all sincere. Really, I had a desire to sing a new bhajan. My efforts were sincere. My attempts were sincere. I rendered it. Of course, it came out good. But in a bigger picture, I don't know what the person who has composed was having a prayers to Swami. He listened his own bhajan on that day to the center. So we don't know in what way that we all play an instrumental role. And that has left me with a beautiful, that's where singing a bhajan is a good thing that's always the Lord bless us with. But then it also comes with a responsibility because we don't know how people get connected when we sing the bhajans.
Sairam, Sister Sruthi, thank you so much for sharing your story. Yeah, I started with your mother asking you to learn Carnatic music, but you did that because she asked you to do it, right? But then every aspect of your life, there is namasmarana story associated with it, either through bhajans or actually saying namasmarana. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing many of your beautiful stories. I absolutely love walk with me to reach your destiny. And I think that's just so powerful. And Swami gave you a dream to match that, to reinforce that power.
Thank you, Prabha, for giving me an
Thank you.
opportunity.
Sairam, dear listeners, thank you for listening to Sai Soul 100 with Sister Sruthi Krishnamoorthi. I'm Prabha Swaminathan. Until next time, Jai Sairam.